What's up guys, Ben here from Huckberry, back in the Huckberry Gear Lab and back for another first look of an exciting new exclusive. This is actually a collab knife between us and the legendary knife makers Gerber Gear. This is the Huckberry x Gerber micarta Terracraft knife. This is actually not my first look, this is actually my second look. If any of you are paying attention, we were back in Portland, Oregon earlier this summer for one of our 72-hour adventures where we tagged along with Gerber for part of that, and I actually got to go to their factory in Portland to see the entire operation, but I also got a sneak peek of this knife actually being made. For those of you that don't know, Gerber has been around since the late 1930s. These guys have been building some of the best knives and adventure gear since then, all the way going forward today. If you go into any of our backpacking kits, our everyday carry, you're more often than not gonna find some piece of Gerber gear throughout the Huckberry adventure quiver. So it was very cool to get straight to the source, get to meet the people and actually see their knives being made. Again, they've been doing this for many, many years. You don't build the sort of brand that they have and the trust that they have in not only the outdoors, but they're also making a lot of the equipment for the military. So their standard for quality is really, really high, as you can imagine. And so being able to see the amount of detail, the people working on these knives, assembling them, the quality of the materials, seeing it all get put together. One of the coolest other sort of very important pieces of information when visiting the Gerber crew and getting to see that factory firsthand is everything that you see in that factory. That entire factory is actually zero waste and it runs on 100% renewable energy. It really drives it home today holding this knife, and I have a better appreciation for all of that. One more plug, make sure you watch that 72-hour Oregon trip because you'll get a good idea of the factory and what we got to see there. But coming back to this knife, and this knife exemplifies a lot of what I just mentioned, the quality, the craftsmanship, the detail that goes into something like this. So this knife wasn't just tested in the Bushcraft, it was quite literally built in the Bushcraft. The Gerber team spent a ton of time with instructors and schools in the Bushcraft to really figure out what it would take to make the perfect knife. So think hunting and foraging, think building a shelter, think making a fire. All of those factors went into the construction of this knife and the testing of this knife. So this knife has been through the paces, through Gerber, through their external community of Bushcraft experts, and we're excited to put our sort of exclusive spin on it. But as with anything great, you don't want to change too much. This entire knife is made in the USA. It's all made in their Portland factory. So coming back to the handle, so micarta is a composite material that makes for incredible durability and good grip. It actually sort of wears in the more that you're carrying it, the more that you use it. I don't want to compare everything to a good pair of denim or a good pair of boots, but it definitely gets a patina and actually improves the grip as time goes on. So it's not only really beautiful in how it looks, but highly functional. It is a multi-tool and it's got this hammer-ready pommel at the bottom. The strength of the composite and then the fact that when it is wet, it still maintains the grippiness. Those are the key most important pieces to all this. You'll also see the sort of 3 holes here. That's for fastening things. It also makes it more lightweight. You can hold it in 3 different ways, depending on what you're doing. So you've got a baseball grip, a precision grip, and then you've got a chest lever grip. So it's pretty solid, pretty steady in my hand. So jumping over to the blade, first, it's a full tang construction. So what that means is this is actually one piece of steel all the way from the tip all the way to the back. And then you obviously build the sort of grip on top of that. But what does that mean? It means more stability, right? You got more leverage when it's one piece of steel versus 2. The actual blade itself is made from an S30V steel. So it's a really thick, strong steel, but it's got a thinner blade at the top, sort of the geometry of the entire thing. And that makes for easier wood shaving when you need a little more precision. This is what's exclusive to Huckberry. You can actually see you got the Gerber logo and the Huckberry tree on the sort of bottom or top, depending on how you're holding the knife. It's a really beautiful looking knife. I love this sort of dark, almost like a matte black, mixed with, again, the incredible sort of highs and lows of this handle. Another important construction to this actual blade is this 90-degree spine. And so what that's made for and really good for is fire striking. Once you get it going, it's an incredibly valuable piece to the tool, especially when you're in the backcountry, you need to start your own fire. So that 90-degree spine, fire starter, play Billy Joel, that fire song. Another important feature to all of this is obviously the sheath. It keeps you safe. If you're attached to your hip belt, you've got it in your car reaching for it, that's an obvious. This is not a knife that you just want to be carrying around willy-nilly. Made in the USA like the rest of the knife, and this is also an exclusive back colorway, so you can see that theme through obviously the blade and this sheath. So a really nice final package to it all. keep you safe, and also extends the life of your knife. Again, beautiful looking knife, but that is secondary. It is all about the performance and the construction. Regardless of if you're going into the backcountry or not, this is a knife that's worthy of your quiver if you're spending time outdoors. If you're getting out there, whether it's car camping or you're going backpacking, this is a great knife to have for all of those reasons. The entire thing, the steel that's used, obviously the handle, the composite that's used in the handle, the ergonomics. This is a highly functional knife meant to be used in a variety of settings, but made for the outdoors. Gerber, we are incredibly excited to have our first exclusive with them. It's a brand that we've been carrying and trusting for many, many years ourselves. The Huckberry Gerber micarta Terracraft knife. First look on Huckberry now. Get it before it's gone. Thanks for watching, and as always, if you got other questions about this knife, other things from Gerber on Huckberry, drop them in the comments, hit us up in a DM, hit our CX team. We want to make sure that you're well prepared for the knife you're about to get. As always, make sure to like and subscribe to Huckberry videos. We're going to continue to give these first looks of exciting new products and collab drops that are coming. So until next time, see you out there. Stay safe.